Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Day number 810, coming at you at a little bit earlier than normal time. We're going to be doing this for a few weeks. I'm going to be rolling to the gym afterwards, getting in shape for the next run to Ukraine. My son is ready, so we'll be working the CrossFit gym after the stream. So thank you for being here. It is May the 13th, 2024, and we have a lot to talk about up to the minute. In fact, I just received video in 1 moment ago from the regional governor of Kharkiv, and we're going to talk about the complexities tonight of two things. Number one, the incursion into Kharkiv, and I'm calling that an incursion, not an invasion yet, although they are on Ukrainian sovereign territory again. So I guess it's an invasion, but incursion into Ukrainian sovereign territory, we will see what will come from it. But additionally, we will talk about the defensive preparations that have been a problem. And the regional governor there of Kharkiv speaks about that. I didn't even have time to translate it for you. It just hit. So you will be getting that up to the moment. Additionally, tonight I am going to tell you who the new defense minister of Russia is. I'm going to introduce him to you so that you understand what is going on in regard to the switch there in Russia. Before we do that, patch of the night. This one says Kinologichka, Kinogolichna Sluzhba, and this is the K9 patch, right off the K9. That's still his length from his uniform. And the reason I'm putting this patch up here tonight is because I'm going to show you guys a video of the invasion of Volchansk, and you will see a dog in that video, and I'm assuming the dog has made it out. At Greg Terry Experience here from, let me do this, and thank you all for being here. King Dog, any knee news? Yes, I literally just got off the phone with Zhenya 1 second ago before, that's why I was 1 minute late. Little slow recovery. They're having to drain some excess fluid. Zhenya is still in Kyiv and recovering, and a couple of more days he'll get his next check. But we will see. We will see. Leslie Bowe, I saw that. That is awesome in regard to fundraising with Jake Bro. 345,000 in 3 days and still going. Fantastic and going to be incredible. Adrian, thank you for the 20 coffees there. My brother from Switzerland, thank you, my friend. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, all of that. It's going to be a good night. And yes, Keith Kane, that is an awesome patch. It really is. Today also, I was meeting with the company I work with. They really are very helpful in my streams. Today, spent quite a while online with them. They're out of New Jersey, I think. And they're upgrading some things to make the experience better for you guys. So I am very keen on high production, right audio, proper video, everything, guest levels are right. So it's only going to get better and better. So thank you guys. All right. A lot of video I'm going to show you. Kharkiv, Russian government. But we need to start right here. Let me do this. We're going to start right here with a little bit of this first. Right now, air alarms going off, and I know shaheeds are in the air, roaming around Kherson, Zaporizhia, Donetsk, Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk, Poltava, Kirovograd, Cherkasy, and Vinnytsia regions. We'll keep a peek on that, but that's what that is tonight. Additionally, we're going to go here and just coming out. Well, let's do it this way. So I'm using Johnny's map, and I'm going to actually take off. No, we'll leave it the way it is. So this is Johnny's map, and I like it. I like it a lot. Zelensky today himself, President Vladimir Zelensky today himself saying we are seeing increased DRG activity into the Chernihiv region. We are seeing increased DRG activity into the Sumy region. And we know about the incursion, which I'm calling it invasion incursion, north of Kharkiv. I'm going to zoom in and look at all of those in a moment. But the question is, why is all this happening? Well, last week talking with Johnny, I didn't expect it now, but it was obvious it was going to happen, in my opinion. Talking with our guys there, it was just obvious. So Russia here in Kupiansk, and I'm going to do the big map right now. So this arrow that I just put in, having a little success, not big. Chasiv Yar, positional success. Avdiivka pushing towards Ocherny, conditional success. Krasnogorivka, big success. Robotny, conditional success. Krinky, Ukraine doing a good job actually expanding their bridgehead. Kherson continually smashed. In fact, let me show you this right now. In my streams, we will never forget Kherson. It was asked last week, what's my favorite city to go to in Ukraine? It's Kharkiv and Kherson. I love both of those cities, polar opposites. I really like Sumy. Sumy is a beautiful city, being shelled or being bombed heavily now. Beautiful city, nice people. In fact, Zhenya and I talk about it quite often. Some of the most polite, kind people that I found anywhere in Ukraine are in Sumy. Just wonderful attitudes, wonderful people. But draw your attention down here. While we're focused on DRG up here, while we're going to look closely at Kharkiv tonight, while the push continues on the east, Robotny, Kherson right here. Guys, nonstop. People die in Kherson every day. People are wounded every day. Buildings are destroyed every day. And on my channel, we will never forget Kherson. Here's some Kherson today. It's where we start tonight. So you may be asking, okay, Greg, what was this that was shelled today? A school. Were there kids there? Of course not. School's out. But they're taking the school out of commission.
У меня был звонок, и ровно где-то за 20 секунд до этого никто не пострадал на улице, я был один, а как раз делал вход.
While we're watching the video, you may be asking, okay, so why? Is there military there? Absolutely not. Are there classes there? Absolutely not. Then why? Because, guys, this type of shelling is random. They're literally just changing their coordinates and sending it. And then they'll change their coordinates and send it. This is what they do. So that's where we start. We will never forget Kharkiv. Now, I did see this pop into the chat here. RJ, hello all from Western PA. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or night, depending on where you're at. Smile, smile. RJ, I'm in Western PA. Where are you at? I don't need your zip code, but just a little closer. I'm north of Pittsburgh. Let's go here. Let's go back to the map now. We will not ever forget Kharkiv. Air raid alert, staying the same. Shaheeds flying around. Now, I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to go into the Sumy Oblast first, because just breaking news within the last hour, maybe even the last half hour, and that is right here, the towns of Vorozhba and Bilopilia. Vorozhba and Bilopilia. They are being evacuated right now. You say, okay, where's that at, Greg? Okay, guys, this is Sumy. Now, I'm going to remind you guys of something. Do you remember about 6 or 8 weeks ago when the Russian Freedom Forces made an incursion into Russia? Well, you may not know where that was at, but I will show you. It was right here, Tetkino. This is where they went in. Now, this is being hit so hard that they're having to pull and evacuate backwards civilians out of these two towns here. So this is north of Sumy, and of course, all the DRG activity happening in this place. This news within the last 30 minutes. Very new news. Now, I'm going to come over here and look at the map first, and then we will go through the information. So this is a good angle right here, I think. Yes. Let's use this angle right here. I got that pin ready. So I think Johnny was teaching me. I can minimize that. So guys, here is, ain't that a neat feature? Johnny Pierce takes care of me. That is Kharkiv. In fact, this region right there on the northeast side, that is a very famous region of Kharkiv that I can't say it's destroyed, but it's relatively destroyed. Every building in Saltivka, 90% plus, have massive damage. Sections of buildings leveled. And this is from the early days of the war, 22, all the way up until now in 24. Now, of course, that makes complete sense because it's the closest in proximity to Russia. All right. But that's the Saltivka region, very famous region in Kharkiv. I'll teach you about that region tonight. Also, a lot of damage in Shevchinsky. And of course, it just makes sense, guys. This is on the north side. All right. Now, where Russia made their incursion was here, 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 and then pushing for Vovchansk. And they came to the northern side. Some came in. Now Ukraine reporting that they're stabilizing. That's good news. And even able to make a little push back. We'll see. Time will tell. But it's stabilizing, although Russia now making a concerted effort for this village called Staritsia. Okay? This is all north of Kharkiv. And this is the closest proximity to Kharkiv. And if Russia can get into this Lipsy region here, this road here, then they're easy artillery range into the northern side of Kharkiv. So it's obvious what is happening. People have used the word distraction, invasion, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what words you use. Let's make it very clear. Russian forces in the north have moved in and taken 5 or 6 villages of Ukrainian sovereign territory. They are making an assault on Vovchansk. The numbers as of 1 hour ago, 30,000 troops will be used for this continued, not right now, for this continued invasion or phase, and 50,000 more are being brought in behind those 30,000. That's within the last hour. Is that enough to take Kharkiv? No way. No way. But we definitely have issues up here. I'm going to stick with what I've said last week with Johnny. This will continue to be a focus of Russia, because I truly believe if they took Kharkiv, the West would force to the utmost that they can a sovereign nation to negotiate and end the war. I really believe that. I stand by that. Because if Ukraine loses Kharkiv, there's only one city larger, and it's Kyiv. You're talking about just a massive amount of territory, infrastructure, power, resources. It's massive, and this is logical. Now, we also know that Ukraine had to call up reinforcements and bring them up. What happens when the reinforcements come in? It weakens other positions, or they're bringing in soldiers that are yet not trained to the fullest. As of right now, this is stabilized. We shall see what unfolds from it in the future. Now, you've got the map. You know what's going on. Let's go to some good news. All right? Let's go to some good news. And there was good news in what I just told you guys, by the way. Ukraine stabilized it. Good news. Germany sending 3 HIMARS. That was last week. Now, an Iris system imminently coming to Ukraine to help protect the skies. Second, Danish Prime Minister Frederiksen F-16 from Denmark. How many? 19 will be in the air over Ukraine within a month. I hope so. I hope so. I believe for that. I have said September, and until I see them there, I stand by what I said. But I read after a guy named Yigal Levin, and if Zhenya's in the chat, and he may be, Greg, do you think they'll try to level the city like they did in the East? No question. Guys, and that's back to Kharkiv. Kharkiv is being smashed nonstop right now. Of course, they want to get it within artillery range. Absolutely. Now, let's go back to the good news. 19 F-16s within a month will be over the skies, or in the skies, will be in the air. Let me not misquote. Will be in the air over Ukraine within a month. Okay. That would put us June 13th, approximately 19. Then that opens the door for the Netherlands transfer, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I read after a guy named Yigal Levin, and he just minutes ago put a great quote up. He says, okay, this is awesome, and I really hope for it, but why on earth would you announce it? Keep it out there, August. Keep it out there, July. Keep it out there, September, and just let the birds appear in the air. He makes a very good point. So much public, you know? So, as I always encourage you guys, especially with this war in Ukraine, dealing with Russia, dealing with the West, dealing with Ukraine, you just have to wait. So now we have a day, and we will have this video. I've got the tweet right there. Within a month, F-16s will be in the sky. We will be watching, and we really hope for that. That is good news. Now, this is a look a little closer to the map. This tells you, or I will show you here, some of the villages that have fallen to Ukraine. They are in the red. The black line is the physical border between Russia and Ukraine. Starting on the left, you see Streletsha. Then the pressure being put on Krasny, which is the name of that translated red. Then Pilna, taken. Borisivka, taken. Pressure on Gatushki, but I think Gatushki's taken now, and Pletinivka's taken. There is another village I showed you earlier where the pressure is being put, and that is, I'll go back to here for you guys, just so you know, the latest, Staritsya. That's now under attack. So this is what we have, but 113 orphans, last number a few hours ago, are still located in these regions, and they are working to get the children out. 113 orphans. And I know, like Professor Gertis been doing some videos lately about what about the children, what's going on with the children if they're taken. This is why it's very important for Ukraine to get in and get those children out, and they are working on it. Additionally, evacuations are in full force. I'm going to show you some video on that right now. So I'll translate if I need to, but really, this is for your eyes to watch. This is Vovchansk and other villages today. There's the dog I was referring to. This is video from the National Police. He says, come on, let's close it. Get over there, get over there. They're speaking Russian, by the way. Get over there.
Чи сразу надо это. Она не бачу, доведіть сразу до буса і все. Зараз, де автобус? Скажіть мені, в який автобус її посадити.
Where is the bus for the granny?
Хорошо, це агроном. Постріл. Все туда. Давай, бабушка, бегом! Постріл! Та ви кидайте же що-небудь, що тут таке? Консервацію ви кидайте. Ви не лізьте в машину з ними, розумієте, чи ні? Швидко. Діда оставляє, чи вас?
Їдемо, ми на руку.
Бігом, дід, бігом! Бегом! Бегом!
Може її забрали вже?
Не знаю, ніхто не писав. Закрито.
It says locked. It's locked. All right, so, you know, I figured it was okay for me to share that. It gets a little goofy on YouTube sometimes, but there was nothing. It was just sound, smoke, and the evacuations. Here's some subs, and I'll read them out because I know I saw people in the chat saying, I'm watching and I'm not watching, I'm working, but I'm listening. So I'll read the subs on this one for you. More video from this. This is from the Kyiv Independent. One more. These are all incomings, guys. There's another dog. Doggy, come here. Don't be afraid. Come here. People. I see 1, 2, 3 hits.
Третій за этим. Буває і так. Ну що?
Що я вам скажу? Очко
What can I tell you? I almost peed my pants. Those who don't want to die, I recommend you pack your things and come with me.
Я сам з міста Вовчанськ.
He said, I'm from the city of Volchansk.
Моє рідне місто.
This is your
Так, мого
hometown?
колеги, тому що приїхав.
Yes,
Ми
my
разом з цього
hometown.
міста.
My colleague, we arrived
Коли
together.
руйнують все рівне, там, де виріс.
When they destroy everything dear to you,
Майже знищена.
you can't even recognize it. Where you know every corner, and now everything's wiped out. Of
Така собі.
course, it's pretty frustrating.
Краб на Вовчанськ. Ёбаний.
They're targeting Vovchansk again.
Ще пусть.
More launches? Yes, checking now.
Ну ладно. Лягайте.
Lay down, everybody.
We've just had.
So there you have that, guys. And there's an important question in here. I'm going to get to that in just a second. So you see the guy there that's kind of in the picture with the beard. So he's basically, I think he's a captain. He may be higher than that, actually, but he's kind of responsible for that north of Vovchansk area and Vovchansk. This is some video of him, and you're going to see the center of Vovchansk.
Yes, but today we're far from the square. 12:05 p.m. 2024.
Today.
The situation in the Ministry of Justice has worsened. The city is almost destroyed. There are almost no people left. We're forging the remnants here. Look at the center. If possible, people, go to publicly known places and you will be passed by squads taken away. Please dial 102, evacuate, evacuate.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. All right, we've got an incoming, guys. We've got incoming. Guys, do you see that on the screen right there? Roman Callaghan. Hello, brother. Glad to see you again. Amethyst. Amethyst is a frontline hero of Ukraine, fighting for Ukraine right this second, and he's in the chat. Let's blow up Amethyst. Call sign Amethyst. We love you, buddy. Thank you for watching. Holy moly, you're going to get some love in the chat now. So you're going to get some hearts and some thumbs ups. And guys, blow it up for Amethyst. Love you, buddy. Hey, I'm going to be back there, hopefully, within weeks. And we will see you soon. That is incredible. All the love to Amethyst there. You know what? I need to get you on the stream sometime. There we go. The love coming in to Amethyst. That's the beauty of this channel. I just have so many friends there, and I tell you guys, they watch. They watch, they watch, they watch, and they love the chat. They love the hearts, the hands. It encourages them. I know Amethyst right now could be on his position, or he could be on his rest, but he's watching, and he's feeling the love. Slava Ukraina, Dorogoy. Garuim Slava. Wow, that is awesome. All right, so you can see what's going on there. Now, a lot's been going on. I can't keep up with it, guys. Papa Dutch super chats, $5. Biggest difference between Russians and our guys. We have Walmart and Amazon, not to mention FedEx. Papa Dutch, we're not afraid to use them. Papa Dutch, bother to do or to do not. He threw that at Raccoon. Papa Dutch, ears on, keyboard off. Dunk on you 23. Michael Jordan, Slav Ukraini, enjoy your CrossFit, bro. Well, I'm not going to enjoy it. RJ, where are you at, dude? Harriana, man, I better be careful reading names like that. Harry, why the heck haven't orphans been evacuated weeks or months ago? What's the deal with Ukraine not protecting its children? Prime cadets are the future fighters. What's their record? Great question. Completely agree with you. The deal is many won't leave. And regardless of what people say, I'm telling you right now, Ukraine got caught with their pants down on this incursion north of Kharkiv. Once again, they've gotten caught with their pants down. They are stabilizing. And for some reason, I just don't think they expected it yet. But there are others that do not want to leave, and they're waiting for liberation. And then there has been the ball dropped. You know, how do you forcefully take someone that says, no, I will not leave? Ukraine will not do that. Only in extremely rare conditions. Rare conditions will it be a forced evacuation. Amethyst, hope you're seeing all the love in the chat, brother. That is awesome. Yeah, awesome. Jacob, Amethyst is in here. Awesome. So that's what we have there, but 113 orphans. We'll see what happens. Now, guys, I'm going to drop the truth on you now. I'm going to drop the truth on you right now. This is a message from Denise Yaroslavsky. And the message is on the left. I'm going to translate it on the right. This came to me from Zhenya. Robert Lockhart, great question. I will grab that. It'll come to me in a second. Yes, the commander has been replaced of Vochansk. Correct, guys. I'm gonna share it with you right now. We stand with Ukraine. We fight for Ukraine, but we tell you the truth. They were not prepared. The defensive positions were not prepared properly. Yes, it's in range. Yes, it's dangerous, but Russia knows this, guys. Putin knows this. Their strategists know this. They know supplies coming more. They know about the F-16s, and they're going to take advantage of everything they can. This is from Denise Yaroslavsky. The enemy is bringing reserves. Street battles have begun. The city surrounded, referring to Vochansk. I say this because we can die, and no one will hear the truth. And then why all this? So I see all of your contents, your comments, defensive, money going where it shouldn't have. Listen to the soldier here. Listen to the soldier. The enemy's bringing reserves. Street battles begun. The city surrounded. I say this because we can die and no one will hear the truth. And then why all of this? The first line of fortifications and mines simply did not exist. The enemy freely entered the gray zone along the entire borderline, which in principle should not be gray. In 2 years, concrete fortifications in -3 floors, meaning deep in the ground, were supposed to stand on the Ukrainian border, and there were not even mines. We come to think that this is grand theft or deliberate sabotage. Now, Ukraine responded. They changed leadership. The governor of the Kherson region Kharkiv region was out with the guys, even in Vovchansk, putting the right steps forward. Zelensky made comments. Budanov rotated to Kharkiv. They're trying to CYA, maybe? Tell you the truth. Now, you say, oh, this is the video just came out. I did not have time to translate it, but I will tell you, it's just short. I'll tell you what he said. This is the regional governor. He says, we are calling on the carpet all of the contractors who were supposed to have built the defensive fortifications above Kharkiv that were not done properly. It will be an open forum, open questions, and we will get to the bottom of this. This is what he said, but here's the video. And he's standing right in the square in Kharkiv.
Щодо фортифікації Харківщини, сьогодні дав доручення профільному заступнику зібрати всіх підрядників, які працювали і продовжують працювати над будівництвом фортифікаційних споруд. Кожен із них має доповісти на засіданні робочої групи прозорість та підзвітність. Після того результати засідання будуть публічно прокомуніковані на прес-бриф.
That's him talking just a little while ago. Why is this not right? We're going to call them on the carpet, open forum, open questions, and we're going to solve this. The problem is Russia's already in. You're not defending nothing now. Yeah, you can push back and you can have counters and we'll see what happens. But there's no proper defensive fortifications. I have video right now of the first initial entries across into the gray zone in Ukrainian territory. I dare not show it to you because I want to stay on the air. But guys, Ukraine did not have the proper defensive fortifications built. 2 years with really no activity there where they could have been much better prepared, and they were not. No mines. I do understand it. I do, and we tell you the truth. That doesn't change the fact we support Ukraine 100%. But this is a problem. This is why I was so concerned about Kharkiv. I'll tell you something else. And I'm okay to tell you this. Numpty bumpty, it's too little too late. Yes, it is. Doesn't matter now. But hear me closely, guys. In fact, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now. We'll zoom out. I'm going to show you Ukraine. I'm going to take off the blue lines. All right. Johnny Pierce, thank you for this. This is Ukraine. Zhenya and I have been every region, every front line, every borderline with Russia, from Chernihiv all the way around. I'll just put it out here like this, all the way around, all of it. Dozens of times. Virginia, hundreds of times. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is not OPSEC, this is reality. In Chernihiv, I've seen massive, let me X this out. In Chernihiv, I've seen massive fortification lines. In Sumy, I've seen massive fortification lines. Dragon's teeth, multiple rows, concrete barriers, the pill capsules they call them, everything. Kherson, Mykolaiv, massive fortifications. Kryvyi Rih to Zaporizhia, massive fortifications. This line here between Zaporizhia and coming up even to Pokrovsk, massive fortifications. Not so much on the east, although they're there due to the hottest portion of the war being there. But you have the fortress of Kramatorsk, Slavyansk, Drushkivka, Konstantinivka. But have you guys noticed where I haven't said? Guys, I saw nothing there. Nothing. And now we're seeing that. Okay, if I saw nothing driving around in a truck delivering aid, what do you think Russia is learning from spies, from DRG, from drones taking 3D photography, high res? They know it too. And this is a failure. And I hope with everything within me that Ukraine can solve this quickly, because they're going to have to pull some serious resources here now, and it definitely will affect these regions, which it cannot, but it's going to. So that's where we're at on that. Jason, do you think the F-16s are too little too late? Will have an effect. They definitely will have an effect. They will keep the planes at bay that are dropping a lot of the glide bombs. Will they win the war? No. Not even close. You could give them 100 F-16s. It won't win the war. But it will have a big effect in a positive for Ukraine. Would they have been bombed in those areas without and prevented them from building them? No, absolutely not. Nothing's bombed more than Kherson. Nothing. And they have the incredible defensive positions built. Johnny Pierce saw them. I took them to, he saw them. They're incredible. I mean, hundreds of kilometers, guys, of fortifications. We have a problem. Listen, let me explain Ukraine to you really quickly. When you have an event like the incursion above Kharkiv, and the next thing you know, the regional governor's there, they do a military change, and Zelensky is talking about it, and Budanov goes there, you have a problem. That's not how Ukraine operates. They're typically prepared, ready, everything's in place. But this one, it's all hands on deck to fix it. This is the new marking symbol. So we have the V, we have the Z, and now we have this rhombus with an X through it, this square on its side, rhombus, I think, with the X through it. And this is, I think it's from Norse tradition. Yeah, Spartacus, that's exactly right. They will have a big effect on the planes dropping the glide bombs. Correct. But that will be their big deal, which is a big deal. So this is the new marking up there. Jason Beddix, Eastern Pennsylvania. You know what? Pennsylvania's in the house. We're representing. I can tell you that. Now, let me show you some faces here. No commentary needed. This is leaving Vovchansk. Ukrainian soldier taking the man out. Look in the background behind his head. No commentary needed. This one. It's a typical beautiful Ukrainian granny. The red is another woman hugging her, probably daughter, granddaughter, getting her out. So that's the Great Odin. Thank you, Herb. Okay, so that's the symbol of Great Odin, and that's back to this symbol here. Thank you. We have a brilliant community here. Yeah, so no commentary needed. Here we go again. Here we go again. I want to introduce you to Volodymyr and Svetlana. The lady sitting in the middle there, not the green hat, the lady behind the man in the black hat. Her name is Svetlana. They were able to escape, but prior to their escape, they basically were captured. Russian soldiers came to their place. They were wounded. They forced her to bind up their wounds. They expected to be killed or taken, but the Russian soldiers pulled back, and the moment they pulled back, Volodymyr and Svetlana ran for their lives. This is their story, and this is out of Kharkiv News, and I've got it translated for you.
We were sitting with them. They could have shot us, but they recognized her when they came out and let her pass, forced her to dress their wounds, bandage their legs. Did they take you as prisoners or what? This was 3 days ago when you were with them on the 11th. Did they beat you from the 11th, somehow torture you or not? They didn't hit us at all. We ran because we retreated a bit today. We escaped. But how did you do it? The Russian soldiers she bandaged the legs of recognized her, I don't know. Perhaps they felt sorry for them, I don't know. But that's when you bandage their legs. We were sitting with them in the basement. They wouldn't let us out of the basement. Then I came in this morning. The soldiers were saying, we're leaving the way we came and we've taken the wounded. That's when we ran away. People are still left there. People are still there. So they didn't only take you. There are many more. There's a family, and also there's an old woman, a volunteer, I don't know. They didn't threaten you with death. Well, what do you expect? Shoot us. They have to shoot us. They said that to scare us.
So there you have it, guys. That's the reality. We're seeing this again. You know, these are reminiscent of early invasion stories. And here we are into 2024 again. Dunk on you. Thank you for that. 20 and the 10 gifted memberships. KP, member for 2 months. Greg, thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. It's much more important than me being here. Without you, we'd have nothing. Paul Gilbert, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. Cyber Tater, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. Dr. Tuso, legendary, gifting 50 memberships. Dr. Tuso, thank you so much from Germany there, my friend. Dr. Tuso also conductor membership for 2 months. Slava Ukraini, much love from Germany. Thank you. Mr. Lion Dust, 249 quid. Happy to catch you live again. And yes, I've learned about the quid. 390 watching. That you guys are on it. 250 likes. All right, now help me get. Oh, I just liked it myself. I guess I need to like it myself before I ask you guys to hit that like button. It's a huge help to get the message out. Now, view queue. I want to push this, and then we're going to go to the next topic. Surely, at Greg Turk Experience, the defense of Ukraine said there is definitely defense built around Kharkiv. Just that let down next to border. I'm not being silent on purpose. I'm going to show you. Here's what I will tell you. Let's do this. Do this. So defense failures up here. Yes. But Russia only has to get to here, and then it's artillery city into here. The only place, my eyes, and I've been all of here, all of it, everywhere. The only place I have seen fortifications are here and here. This is the important side. So I'm just telling you what my eyes have seen. Have I missed it up here? Very possibly. But I can tell you, you get up here, there's no massive fortifications built. It's not. It's too close to the border. It's too close to the shelling. They're back here. And it's a problem. The regional governor is not there saying we're calling the defense contractors on the carpet for not being properly prepared. We're going to solve this if this was fortified. It's logical. It's not fortified properly. That's where we're at. Now, let's move to the next topic, and thank you for that comment. I just tell you what my eyes see. Why fortifications at Western and Southern Kharkiv? Because I hope I answered that question. It would be way too dangerous. I know it's weird, guys, but I can't stress to you guys, you know, maybe tonight's a night. If Zhenya wasn't recovering, I need him in here with me. Let me go back to the map. Here's Sumy. Here's Kharkiv. Guys, it's only 30 kilometers from the border to the center of Kharkiv. It's only 30 kilometers from the border to the center of Sumy. The center. The cities stretch way out. It is physically impossible to put a big defensive line here. Physically impossible to put a defensive line there. The defensive lines on all these places are back here. They would just be demolished. Are there fortifications? Are there mines? Yes. But we're talking about the massive fortifications, the defensive lines to hold back the army, not to give you a position to fight from. They're back here. I can't explain to you guys how close Russia is in these areas. You can be killed in a Kharkiv and never even know it. Like you'll hear the sound come in and you're dead. The S-300s come in, there's no air alarm because they're too quick. They're launching them from right in this region. It's extremely, extremely dangerous. So that's the real story there. All right, let's go to the second topic, and then I'm going to go exercise. Shoigu is now the secretary of the Russian Security Council. He was rotated over, so he wasn't embarrassed. So you can see Shoigu on the left, and then on the right, I got my little shadow back there of Vladimir Putin, the man of the hour, Andrei Belousov, the new Minister of Defense. All right. So you may be out there today going, okay, Greg, who is this cat? You know they exist. I did. They exist. Sort of. I told you so a few days ago. The problem in all of Kharkiv Oblast is likely worth by subterfuge or orc mines operators in Kherson. It's mixed culture since the Golodomor. Yeah. Kharkiv's tough. Kherson's tough. As far as subterfuge, Kherson's probably worse. Probably. Kharkiv, even though a lot of Russian speakers there, Kharkiv's Ukraine. And people there, I feel much safer personally inside Kharkiv with the possibility of spies, etc., than I do in Kherson. I don't drive into Kharkiv at night with my lights off, body armored, night vision, because I don't want anybody to see my license plate. I do in Kherson. So it's tough down there. Andrei Belousov, who is he? Well, I'm going to explain it to you tonight. He is the pro-Putin, the Putin protege. He is a civilian with experience in economics and will toe the Putin line without question. Now, the question that you may have right now is, okay, Greg, thank you for breaking down the new defense minister, because all we've seen is Shoigu. Okay, but where are you getting this information from? I took the information from Institute of Study of War. I took the information from Ukrainian commentary, and I took the information from Russian commentary. I mixed the three sources together, and where the pieces lined up is what I'm sharing with you. So this is in agreement between Institute Study of War, Ukrainian, Russian. This is who this cat is. Pro-Putin, Putin protege. He has an expertise in accounting and economics. His first task, and this comes straight from Russia, from Putin, is to optimize the sharply increased defense spending and fight corruption. His reputation is of an honest, independent person and unconditional professionalism. A quick result person versus the gatherings around the fire that Shoigu was known for. What did that mean? That came directly from Russia. The gathering around the fire. Remember the old videos? Shoigu comes in. He sits at the little table with Putin and they're talking. I've translated a lot of that for you guys so you can understand what they're saying to each other. And Shoigu really doesn't have any papers, nothing. Putin just asking some questions. Shoigu talks about the war. That's it. That's not the way it's going to be with the new guy. It's going to be charts and facts and figures and economics and spreadsheets. And Putin's going to be in his glory analyzing all this, getting the exact information he wants. Thirdly, his first statement, and I was going to translate it for you, but I didn't. But his first statement was this. His first statement was this. The first thing I'm going to do as the defense minister of Russia is I'm going to take care of our veterans. The guys that are on the front line now that are being wounded are coming back and having to be in overcrowded civilian hospitals for their care. We are fixing that, and that's not going to continue. My first point of business is to take care of our veterans. Of course, you're going to get the rah-rah. Shoigu never talks about that stuff. Never. You know, you saw over the last few days the huge rallies in Tbilisi, Georgia. We're talking about maybe a new Maidan. Is there 300, 400, 500,000 in the square? We've all seen it. So I have a question for you. Why are there not those demonstrations in the Red Square in Moscow? A, it's not possible. B, you'll be killed. But C, there's really not an overwhelming will of the people to bring a change. There's not. There are a lot of Russians that I know personally that are against this war, and they're good people. Wonderful people, to be honest. I have good friends. But the general consensus of the Russian population is either intimidated, afraid, or no desire to stand up. Just go with the flow. This guy is going to make that even worse. He's going to now play into that. He's very smart. He's going to play into that. Instead of Shoigu walking in, hey, well, down in Kherson, yeah, we shot down 4 F-35s. This is what he said. This is not what this guy's going to do. He's going to come in and say, we're taking care of our veterans. They're not going to stand in those long lines at the hospitals. I'm going to restructure the finance department of the Defense Department. We're going to put the war on a wartime economy for real. This is what this guy's going to do. Reformer. His second task. This is from Russia, from Putin. Second task, where Shoigu clearly failed. Belousov, a year ago in the Kremlin, who was working there, solved the UAV problem, supply problem. And yes, Russia has more drones than Ukraine. I've heard it directly from guys fighting. Now, Ukraine drone operators are better. Ukrainian drones many times are just as good, but Russia has more. He solved that. There was a weakness about a year ago, and Ukraine, I think Johnny even reported on it. Ukraine had the advantage on that drone issue. And then the tide turned. It was this guy getting involved with the supply lines of drone manufacturing. He has the internal reputation of a smart person, a strategist, capable of going against the mainstream. Long delayed reforms in the organization of army management are getting ready to happen. And we're going to see that. Third page, number 5. This is Institute for Study of War, and I completely agree with it. This sets the stage for a long, protracted war for Russia economically. He will begin to massage that war economy even more with expert level. And I know people say, listen, you can't do that. The guy's pretty smart in this area, guys. That's why he's in position now. History. He was Minister of Economic Development in the Medvedev government, assistant to the president on economic issues, and he has held the post of First Deputy Prime Minister since 2020. You ready for this one? His son owns a massive engineering company working with Rosatom and Roscosmos, the space and the nuclear agencies, and Rosatom, of course, owned by Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. So this is the new Minister of Defense. I hope this helps you. Now, interesting right here. This is directly from Ukraine. Czech and Norway have given over 50% of their supply of Technic to Ukraine already. In fact, I translated in English for you guys. I wouldn't do that to you. Czech Republic, Norway allocated over 50% of their heavy equipment to to Ukraine. 58.6% of the Czech Republic supply is already gone. 52% of Norway's is gone. 39% of Denmark's is gone. 38% of Netherlands is gone. So this is setting me up for this. And this is where we're going to close tonight. And then I'll check the comments again. Thank you. Thank you for getting the likes up already at 315. You guys are awesome. So appreciative of you all. Those supply issues. All right, so let's do this. Over the weekend, invasion into Kharkiv. Let me go big screen. Invasion into Kharkiv on the borders. Towns being evacuated just north of Sumy in the last hour. Internal conflict due to defenses not being prepared. To the level where Budanov has to go to Kharkiv. Regional governor has to go to Kharkiv. Then the regional governor, just a little while ago, says, we have a problem, but we're going to fix it, and we're going to do this open and publicly. All wonderful. All good news. Meanwhile, Eastern Front, and tomorrow we will talk about Chasiv Yar, and tomorrow we will talk about other frontline towns that are under a lot of pressure right now due to this. This is not helping the defensive lines on the east at all. So you get all that going. Then Vladimir Putin changes other positions, but we're only worried about defense minister. Of course, Lavrov stays in as foreign minister. New guy comes on who has this expertise. Then we hear, oh, F-16s will be there within 30 days or within a month in the skies. Interesting timing, isn't it? Then we hear, but some of these NATO nations are out of equipment, running out. They've already given it to Ukraine. That's Ukrainian information, translated for you. And then here comes Charles David Costanza. You may be sitting there tonight as we close out saying, who is Charles David Costanza? And for those of you that have watched Seinfeld, no, this is not George Costanza's brother, uncle, or cousin. He's of a different Costanza. Charles David Costanza, United States Army Lieutenant General, who has served as the commanding general of the V Corps, or the 5th. Since April 8, 2024, of course, that's one of the most historical corps in United States history in the Army, all the way from World War I, all the way up through modern conflicts. He previously served as Deputy Chief of Staff of Operations, listen to his expertise, plans and training of the United States Army Forces Command from June 2020 to June 2021. In July 2023, Costanza was nominated for promotion to Lieutenant General with assignment as the Commanding General of the V Corps. Okay? Now, Greg, why are you showing us Costanza? Because tonight I've tried to lay out the truth for you, and that is this incursion, Ukraine will fix it, but it's going to be a challenge. Supply coming. The talk about the F-16s, in my opinion, not by chance, not at all. I don't think it should be done that way. I think they should just show up and surprise. But that's what's going on. And then the battle lines are hot. Now, here is Costanza in English.
What are the biggest threats you see in Europe right now, and what are you preparing for?
The biggest threats is clearly Russia, right? I think that there's a little bit of a misperception that we have time and that Russia's taken a lot of losses and it's going to take them a while to rebuild and reconstitute. I don't have that view. I think that they have actually reconstituted while they're fighting this war in Ukraine. They're actually bigger in size than they were before the war started. And so they may be not as well trained, but they're bigger. And so they've also modernized, learning the lessons from fighting in Ukraine, which is going to be a problem for us in the West because Ukraine's using Western equipment. They are using Western techniques. Russia's learning how to defeat that. And I think we need to be ready in the near term. So, NATO thinks 3 to 7 year kind of horizon to reconstitute. Other people say the same thing. I think it's much more nearer term than that.
Do you think the realization of that threat is there?
So I've been to Europe before. It's not my first time here, but this is the first time I've seen a real sense of urgency from NATO to get ready.
That's from Voice of America. All right, I'm going to the gym, but I'm going to play that one more time because I believe everything that Charles Costanza said. 10 months on the front line and soon going back. Our organization runs that front line nonstop. Tonight in our live chat, we have frontline soldiers watching, and you guys are able to give love, give hearts. They call out, Greg, I'm here. Amethyst is here. Tomorrow, many soldiers will be watching this video, and they can't always understand me, but they look for your chats, and they love it. And we're so appreciative of that. This coincides with KBG's SEK20 super chat. What is UA biggest issue right now? Lack of ammo or men? Defending the skies. The glide bombs are leveling the cities. Supply issues, of course. Defensive line, yes. Soldiers, big problem. Need more. Supplies coming, yes. But the glide bombs. Guys, do you know Russia even gloats about it? I'll have to pull the volume on this. This is from Russian TV today. You want to see some Russian TV? Here you go. On Russian TV. I pulled the volume on it because it's got music behind it. So what they're doing, the pilot is doing the walk around, and then he's inspecting the bombs. There's the V on the side of the plane. These are either 250 or 500 kilogram glide bombs. They're going to take off. This is what we're showing everybody in Russia. There they go. Showing off. Plane takes off. There, they got the camera right on the bomb. Now we're going to do we got to get a couple of pictures of the pilots in that archaic airplane. But now, let's show them being released. That's what Ukraine has to deal with, and that is the worst part. Bell Cowart, $2, Slava Ukraini. Everything will be Ukraine. Agreed. Thank you for that. So the skies, to answer your question. So you put all that together, and then you get this comment from Costanza, and I really want to play it one more time. Just listen to the guy. With all this time on the front, I completely agree. I do believe Russia is stronger now. And I know all the positive hopiums and the YouTubers come on here and they do right. Oh, 1,200 soldiers killed today. 14 tanks gone. Right. 100% agree with that. I don't do that. It's just because I do other things. I don't need to do that if Johnny's doing it or Mercado's doing it, Professor Gertis, or all of our Rick, whoever doing it, okay? Because we all watch. I don't need to do that and repeat it. I try to give you different things, translate, understanding from being there so much. It's kind of my niche. I'm telling you, Russia has reloaded. Right now, the speculative news is 37 train loads, 37 wagons, 3.5 million shells coming again from North Korea. And I know the report, well, 50% of those blow up in the air. Okay. 50% hit the ground. And the 50% that blow up in the air still fall to the ground. It's called mass. It's hard to fight against mass without the proper tools. So we close out. Listen to Charles one more time.
What are the biggest threats you see in Europe right now, and what are you preparing for?
The biggest threats is clearly Russia, right? I think that there's a little bit of a misperception that we have time and that Russia's taken a lot of losses and it's going to take them a while to rebuild and reconstitute. I don't have that view. I think that they have actually reconstituted while they're fighting this war in Ukraine. They're actually bigger in size than they were before the war started. And so they may be not as well trained, but they're bigger. And so they've also modernized, learning the lessons from fighting in Ukraine, which is going to be a problem for us in the West because Ukraine's using Western equipment. They are using Western techniques. Russia's learning how to defeat that. And I think we need to be ready in the near term. So, NATO thinks 3 to 7 year kind of horizon to reconstitute. Other people say the same thing. I think it's much more nearer term than that.
Do you think the realization of that threat is there?
So I've been to Europe before. It's not my first time here, but this is the first time I've seen a real sense of urgency from NATO to get ready.
There you have it, guys. And listen, nobody supports Ukraine more than all of us, but truth always wins. You see, when you have somebody with Charles Costanza's track record, this is his job for the V Corps. Training, logistics. And he looks at it and he says, okay, here's the problems and we need to prepare for them. That's how you're supposed to handle it. Not, well, I hope everything's going to be all right. Slava Ukraina. No. Slava Ukraina, Geruim Slava, but we all need to do our part. And today, we had some of that parts. The F-16's coming. Taking responsibility for the failures of the defensive lines north of Kharkiv. It's great. That's what needs to happen. Now fix it. The war's not over. Ukraine's going to win the war. They're going to. They're better soldiers. They're fighting for their land. They're fighting for freedom. They're fighting for you and I. The world does support them. They're going to win. But we can't get caught with our pants down. And that's exactly what Charles Costanza is saying. And that's exactly what the regional governor of Kharkiv is saying. That's the way you win the war. Tell the truth, fix it, and then do better things. So, hope you guys are having a good evening. Now, I need some serious prayer for those of you that pray. And I know others, you don't. At least think a good thought for me. I'm heading to the CrossFit gym and I'm getting ready to be killed by the trainer, but I'm getting ready for Ukraine. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, while I'm training. So just 1 hour earlier. Tomorrow I'll be with Mercado. And listen, it's going to be an extremely full week of information and updates. Thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting, liking. We got our likes up to 359. It's really important. And Cats, RU is disgusting to Quid Super Chat. Yes, they are. You guys be blessed. And we will see you. And I did see your comment there. I want to throw this out there. It went past me so quick. You guys are awesome. It was Adrian from Switzerland saying a great stream, Greg. Thank you, Adrian. You're welcome. And thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. You guys be blessed. We'll see you. Now, listen, I don't know if I'll even be able to sit up in my chair tomorrow night because they've telling me I'm getting ready to be killed, but we'll see. You guys be blessed. See you in 24 hours. Hey, if for no other reason to check on me tomorrow night at 4 o'clock Eastern, it's to make sure I'm still alive. Be blessed. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Slava Ukraini!